And it's been a week since we wrapped production.
Yeah, today.
We're back at home.
Here we are.
I mean, we've been at home the whole time.
Kinda. I've been at home the whole time.
Yes, but now we've had a week where we are not in production.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
A little weird.
Uh-huh.
This week has felt a little bit apart because we've been kind of doing Halloween stuff.
Yeah, I've been talking about this all through production, but my Letterboxd, the app where you keep up with what movies you've been watching, has stagnated significantly since we began.
Yeah.
And then this last week has just been bam, 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 as we Halloweened it up, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
So how was production for you?
It was a tornado.
It was a tornado that picked up our entire lives and whisked them around for 3 months.
Yeah.
Almost 3 months, 2.5 months.
Yep.
August 7th to October 25th. Because we had a pickup night of stuff that we weren't able to get by our final shoot day.
Yeah.
But that's it now. We're like, the production...
You filmed a feature-length movie.
Yeah.
You are now the director of a feature-length film.
I love it.
You did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We all did it.
Yes.
Everybody came together and made it happen against all odds.
There's a quote, a movie's natural state of being is to not be made.
Yeah.
And I saw that about halfway through production and it really resonated with me because it's true. You absolutely have to force a movie into being.
Every moment of every day.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this a lot too. You basically threw 4 parties every weekend.
Yeah.
In terms of like getting catering together. That is a mammoth task, man.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I feel like I have an entire update about catering and how it kind of comes together.
Sure.
Or how it came together in this scenario, at least, which I think there's other ways of going about it, but...
I just think you should absolutely do one. We haven't talked to Jason at all about if he wants to keep making the behind-the-scenes updates. I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah, but that's like a conversation that is yet to happen.
Yeah.
But we thought we should do we finished. And send it out to the WeFunder folk.
Yep.
I got a message from WeFunder today, an email being like... let's update your investors about what's going on. And I was like, I'm really glad to receive that a week after finishing filming, because if that email had dropped in while we were filming, I would have been like, another thing! Another thing!
Yeah, fair enough. Hi, Matilda.
Hi, Matilda. No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Come on.
Don't nuzzle the camera. During downtimes during this last week, went through the behind-the-scenes photos that people took throughout. There's just a Google Drive folder that we have where people
could drop any pictures that they were taking while we were making a movie.
I grabbed 23 photos of me, one from every day. If there wasn't a photo that worked, I grabbed something from a video somebody shot and tossed in the BTS folder. Here's me on set for 23 days.
When we live in circles and eat on merry-go-rounds, on merry-go-rounds, on merry-go-rounds. When we live in circles and eat on merry-go-rounds.
I love it. Your immune system, like as soon as production wrapped, your immune system. I picture it like a balloon, like deflating, going.
Yep.
You know.
Got a very bad cold. I have a shoot day tomorrow for Scallon again. When we had those during production, it was like so relaxing because it was like, this is something that is like a well-oiled machine at this point.
Yeah, I would go to my day job and I'd be like, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
It's such a relief to like be in a place where I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what needs to happen. I know exactly how to prioritize everything.
Yeah. There was a question from one of our investors and it came up forever ago. Why the title change? We could talk about that.
We could totally talk about that.
It was pointed out to us very early on
Yep.
on YouTube when we were posting the initial videos, that there were potentially racist implications to our original title.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, let's do something else.
Yeah, we did some brainstorming. We opened it up to cast and crew to submit their ideas. We landed on Haunt Season.
Haunt Season. And it's like something that all the haunt actors talk about every year. This Haunt Season is like such a big thing for haunters.
Yeah, and the movie is very much about haunters.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
yeah.
That's why it changed. We had people submitting lists to us, basically.
Yeah.
Cast and crew would be like, here's the things that pop into my head.
Yeah, it was fun.
A lot of fun stuff. But Haunt Season was like on every list.
Yeah.
Also, I went through and grabbed footage from the haunt again this year.
Going through the actual working haunt as opposed to like our people.
It's so different. It's so different being in there when it's actually open, and I got to trail some of our cast and our makeup person through as they went and experienced the actual haunt. It was so much fun, but I too was terrified. So like the first time I went through this year, it was just me and the camera, and I grabbed clips of me clearly being terrified again. I'll put those here.
Ah! Oh my god! Okay! Oh god, no! Every damn time! Oh god! Oh my god! Okay! They're everywhere! Oh god, they're everywhere! Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh, okay. Cool. Oh no! Please don't touch my legs. I'm gonna freak out.
Still works on me. Haunted houses are so scary.
I went there one evening while the haunters were haunting. I needed to get from the back end of it to the front end of it, and they were like, well, you know how to get there. And I was like, well, I know how to get there when the haunt is closed, but I don't actually know like how to navigate it when the haunt is open. So somebody had to like bring me through so that I wouldn't interrupt anybody's like haunt experience.
Yeah.
And I was wearing like a fluffy jacket being like, oh, hi, oops.
I guess this is just we made it. Thank you so much to all the people who invested in the movie.
Yeah.
I look forward to cutting it together. I've been going through the footage now, and it's so wild to be on this side, and it's like it feels like time traveling.
Yeah.
Like I opened up the folders for day 1 and day 2 and just started pulling clips. Totally just transports me back to those days, and it is
Those days that were a week ago.
no, like day 1 and day 2.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
The beginning of August.
Well, and it's
which feels
interesting.
like forever ago.
It does feel like a really long time ago. And it's really interesting because we kind of front-loaded a lot of the more intense work, anything that required special effects. There was a point in production where, pretty late in it, we did 23 days. It was like day 18. What's bowling alley day? Late teens.
Yeah, it was the late
16 or
teens.
17 or 18. And like that was a very big turning point where there was still a lot of work ahead of us, but all of the...
Day 19.
Day 19.
Yeah.
Wow, so it was like barely any left. But that was definitely like a turning point where I was like, okay, it's not coasting, but like compared to worrying about all of these elements coming together and working out, and if they don't, it's gonna be such a wrench in the works.
Yeah.
At that point in time, I was like, okay, all of these really challenging tidbits have happened, and now it's coasting is the wrong word, but it's the only thing I can think of where it's like, okay, we've got it.
It was the end of
Much
the
easier.
most complicated stuff. And then after that, it was just, there was still stuff to worry about. You could always find stuff to worry
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Because we moved into Lake House weekend.
Which was its own type of challenge.
It's a whole other thing because as I'm sure we talked about way back before we started shooting, like looking for the motel. Mm-hmm. We never were able to find a
Nope.
motel to play ball with us.
Motels did not want to be in a movie.
They would if we were able to rent out the entire motel.
Yeah, which was a cost that we were unprepared to take on.
Yeah, would have been unable to take on.
Yeah.
And so it was reconfigured into a lake house situation.
Mm-hmm.
One of the characters now owns a lake house instead of a motel where he lets a couple of the haunters crash.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think it was the best.
It's such a beautiful location, but that presented its own challenges because it's like, I don't know, 45 to an hour away depending on how you get there. And so like Jake basically like was away to the lake house for the weekend.
Yeah, going away to the lake house for a weekend seems like a relaxing proposition.
Yeah.
Unless you're making a movie there. When I came back, I felt like I was more exhausted than a usual shoot weekend.
You slept like 4 hours every night.
I did make the mistake of like hanging out with whoever was there.
Mistake.
It was great to hang out with people, and because it's not something I did a ton while we were shooting.
Yeah.
A couple of people were staying there each night, and the first night I had to carve 4 pumpkins for continuity purposes and for the script. So I carved 4 pumpkins and watched Halloween Ends on Peacock.
Those pumpkins are still out on our front porch, and they are sad. They're withering. They're soft.
So that's it. We are done shooting the movie. Time to start editing. That's all ready to go now, and nothing to do but start putting it together.
And you've started having. Have you been having production stress dreams or post-production stress dreams at this point in time?
So all the way through production, once I was able to start sleeping, because there's certain things that we haven't talked about on these updates. The stresses of production really messed with me as a person and my physiology.
Yeah.
I was unable to eat for pretty much the month of August.
Yeah.
I lost 16 pounds immediately.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was not able to sleep. And then about September is when I started being able to sleep. Mm-hmm. Not my full appetite, but I stopped feeling sick when I ate. So,
yeah. Well, and you still weren't eating on production days, but you were able to start eating again on non-production days.
Yeah. And so like the weight loss tapered off at that point, and I only lost like 21 pounds total.
Oh.
That's all.
That's all.
Once the weight loss tapered, my dreams were telling me that we were trying to shoot this scene, and then like right towards the morning I'd be like, that scene is not in the movie, brain. That scene's not in the movie, and you're tricking me. And I would be able to get a little bit more sleep. And now that we're wrapped, I have dreams about shooting scenes that we forgot to shoot during the movie. Mm-hmm. And those ones have been like, you know, not fully keeping me up, but like makes for kind of a restless night. But again, towards the end of it, I'll be like, where does that scene go in the movie? That scene does not go in this movie, brain. Not all fun and games.
No.
It was by far the hardest thing I have ever done aside from the first year of being a parent. Mm. I'm so relieved that we did it and that it's shot and that I know what it's like to really make a feature now. Yeah. Because everything that we've done prior to this is so different.
Absolutely.
The directors who I listen to on podcasts, when they're like, what's the difference between making like a tiny little movie or like a web series and making your bigger thing? They're like, it's the same process. It's the same process. It is, in that you get actors in front of a camera, you say action, they do their thing, you say cut, you move on to the next piece that you have in the script. Mm-hmm. Every other aspect of it is so wildly different to do it on a feature scale. Yeah. With a crew and cast that you have never worked with before. It's all been friend productions before now. And now this is a friend production because these people all became our friends. Yeah. But it was still first and foremost a professional production.
Absolutely. I do wonder with a lot of these people who you have been listening to podcasts with, if they have like a different kind of support system than we have in terms of
1,000%. They have
a producer, a company, something else behind them.
Yeah, someone else doing the scheduling. I mean, you and I single-handedly scheduled and line produced the movie. And you were catering as well as the contact point for all of the kind of logistical considerations. Yeah. As I was trying to get the scenes in a sequence on a day that would work the best for what I came to understand was our method of production. Yeah,
we were establishing our workflows as we were in production.
Yeah, and this all happened so fast. Mm-hmm. I watched our first update, the I'm Making a Movie update, just a few nights ago, and that was in May, like May 11th of this year. Yeah. I said I'm making a movie, here's a fundraiser campaign for it.
Not even 6 months ago.
No.
Not quite.
Nope. And then boom, we were trying to get ready. We got ready. we were shooting, we were getting ready as we were shooting each time. Had we done this as like a normal production all in a row, we would not have been able to keep up
No.
at all. By doing it on the weekends is how this thing got done.
Yeah.
This is really long,
Yeah.
and I've got to edit this down. We'll continue to see ya. We're going to talk about other aspects of production, our misconceptions about the SAG low budget agreement, catering.
Anything I'd like to do what we do differently
Yeah,
with the information that we currently have.
absolutely. So there's plenty of updates yet to come, but as for now, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this crazy journey, and on we go toward a finished product. Haunt season.
Hot season.
Peace.